to see. Get up on your feet, rise up.
Welcome to the Drexel Seymour Show. I mean, it's probably my first time having really a group, organization on the show. And this is the Soroptimist International Club of Providenciales. Of course, I heard about it, when I was growing up in South Caicos, but I still don't know much about it. And so today we have 4 individuals who will be talking to you about the Soroptimist Club, what it's about, purposes, the groups, what they've done for the islands. And with that said, I'm going to welcome each of them, and I want each of you to go around and introduce yourself. Starting with you.
I'm Kathy Cottridge, and I'm the current president of Soroptimist International Great Britain and Ireland, which includes 18 countries in Asia, the Caribbean, Malta, and the UK. So Soroptimist International was formed in 1921 in America. There are now 70,000 women worldwide working to improve the lives of women and girls. And most of the projects are through education. So we educate women and girls to empower them and enable them to lead better lives.
Okay, so.
I'm Madeline Mills. I'm the immediate past president for Soroptimist International of South Caicos. I've also been a president for the Caribbean, and coming from South Caicos Club, the club in South Caicos was started in 1981. And I'm here now as a part of the Soroptimist of the Turks and Caicos Islands, since President Kathy would not have been able to visit South Caicos.
Understand.
Hello everyone, my name is Shalena Williams and I am the current president of the Soroptimist International of Providenciales. Our club has now 33 members, and like President Kathy said, we work together to enable girls and women in our community through education and providing them with lifelong skills to help them to embetter themselves.
And my name is Gregory Betty Dean. I am the Federation Counselor. So my responsibilities is to oversee the 3 clubs in the Turks and Caicos. When it comes to the legislation, I would call that a word. Yes. Okay. So we meet the councilors meet and all of the details that needs to make sure that the club is running the way it's supposed to be. That is the responsibility of the councilor. So I have to liaise with Provo Club, South Caicos, and Grand Turk Club to make sure that the mandate is going out the way the Federation would want it to be.
All right. Well, welcome again to the show, and I also want to welcome you to the Turks and Caicos Islands. And prior to the show, you said this is your first time to the Turks and Caicos Islands. So welcome to the best island in the Caribbean. Okay. Now, you mentioned about the empowerment of your girls and ladies, right? What are some of the projects that you have done to empower ladies in the Turks and Caicos? Go ahead, President.
Okay, for the Soroptimist International of Providenciales, we have our mentorship program that we do every month on the 3rd Saturday and 4th Saturday each month, where we have girls from the 4 government primary schools here that are selected by their guidance counselors. We do sewing classes. We teach them how to sew and help them to develop other skills. Because as we know, not all girls are, will become doctors, exactly, lawyers, and so forth. They are girls that are very, good with their hands. So we teach them those skills, how to sew, how to cook, bake, and so forth, that will help them, so when they finish school, if they're not able to go away, to further their education, at least they'll be trained to have a specific skill, that can help them further on until they can better, go to school to further their education. So that is one of the biggest thing that we have now going on with the girls from the different schools, okay? We're very active with the schools where if there's a girl that needs help with textbooks and uniforms, we go as far, to provide them with that. About last week and this week, we recently went to the different schools. We selected a specific child, that may have the need for textbooks, uniform, and so forth. And we went and we provided them with that. They're very grateful for what we can offer. If they need assistance with lunch, we go ahead and we do that as well.
Okay. I mean, Ms. Mills, tell us about South Caicos. What some of the things you did in South
South Caicos is the second club that has been established in the Turks and Caicos.
The Grand Turk is first, I assume?
Grand Turk first. And we have had a very vibrant club in the early years, as you may know.
Mm-hmm.
With the development of Providentialis, many of our women were transferred either by government, or had to move here to look for employment. So that's one of the challenges we face in South Caicos right now, recruiting members. But the programs that she spoke about, we've had just about all those programs.
Okay.
Feeding program, we have the 6th grade program. In spite of our challenges, and there are few, we still do the Christmas tree lighting to bring cheer to the children of the community of South Caicos. We have the most improved student from the Aristotle's Primary School that we sponsor annually every year to help them with books, give them, books and or financial help as they, transfer to the high school. We also have they call the 6th grade program, where Soroptimists take in various speakers for the week, and we would have a cross-section of persons from various professions, giving them, like the health nurse will come and speak on health issues. We'll have the police come and talk about law enforcement and study skills. Somebody will come in and talk about study skills. So we still have those programs going on in South Caicos. And we've been very fortunate because, of course, South Caicos High School is the smallest high school in the Turks and Caicos Islands. But we've had good turnouts with our students over the years with our involvement. And we also provide hygienic supplies for the students from the Aristotle's Primary, who will be going over to the Martin High.
I think it's very important actually for community involvement.
Yes.
I think in any society, sometimes you rely a lot on government to do everything. And I think it's important for us to be community workers because we have to make a difference. There's only so much the government can do. And there are a lot of needs, and some of those needs can be met through community organizations such as Soroptimist Club. So I think I appreciate and commend what you're doing.
Yes, I must say, South Caicos Club has had the first morgue in the Turks and Caicos Islands.
Oh, that morgue was done by the
Soroptimist building.
Okay.
Yes, and right now
That's
the
incredible.
hurricane has destroyed it,
Mhm.
and the hurricanes that we've had
Yes.
coming through.
Yes.
But that was our first project
Mhm.
when we organized Soroptimist in South Caicos. We know prior to that, relatives had to bury their dead the very next day.
Yeah.
And that gave people the opportunity. Every conference I went to through the Caribbean, there used to be little snickers, a book. But it was very important to the Turks and Caicos at that time, and that was established in South Caicos.
Well done, well done. So tell us what brought you to the Turks and Caicos Islands.
So, as I say, in the 70,000 women around the world, which is an entirely volunteer movement, is divided up into 5 federations. So the federation that I'm president of has 18 countries in it. The organisation internationally is actually in 122 countries. So we try to ensure that the president visits the countries outside the UK at least every 4 years. So obviously the pandemic interrupted that. So I've been very, very fortunate this year to have travelled a great deal. And the idea is that I actually come and see for myself the wonderful projects that the members are carrying out. And I feel very privileged to be able to do that.
Very good. Very welcome again. Now, teenage pregnancy is a big thing, I think, throughout the world. Is the Soroptimist Club involved in any aspect on educating a young woman in that area? Is there anything involved in that? Because it's a big issue. I mean, children are having children.
But a part of our membership program is to educate the children, and we have them at a younger age. So we have like talks with them when we do our
I got you.
to steer them in the right direction.
Okay.
And so yes, we instill that in them, and we just hope that they will take on those advice and by example that we share with them. So just hopefully while we're doing the membership, the membership program includes the whole basic
Yes,
aspect of life.
Yeah.
Okay, so all that's part of it. Okay,
Yes.
that's good to know.
So
Yes.
the whole aspect of life, the membership program is to make sure that these girls become well-rounded citizens when they put them out into the
I love it. Very good.
Also, DREX will be partnering with the education department too later down in the year. They also will be implementing a mentorship program in all the government schools,
Okay.
and they will be using organization too, like us, to go into the schools and speak to the girls, about these topics. So later
Okay.
down will be more effective.
That's fine. I mean, what you're doing is good enough too. Now I noticed you focus a lot on the public schools. What about the private schools? I believe they also need mentorship as well. Is there a
Yes, they-
reason why you just focus on the public?
Yes, they do, but most of the public school children are, for lack of a better word, they're less fortunate. Most of the children in the private school, they have access to a lot more, and so
Resources.
therefore we kind of focus on
Okay.
them because they are more vulnerable in terms of resources.
I understand. Now I know some organizations. I interviewed Mr. Morris from the
Rotary.
Grand in the Bahamas, and he told me that they have the senior group, they have the junior group, and they have the youth group. Does Soroptimist have a youth group, or are you just adults?
Okay, okay. Let me just touch base on that. It's mainly adults, okay. But for right now, the Soroptimists that have more older adults.
Seniors.
Okay, yes, seniors. So I just was speaking to President Kathy about it before we got here. When you talk about Soroptimists in the community, the first thing you hear, it's an old people club.
Really? I don't think that way.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but it's really what you hear, and some people really think, it's for elderly people, the seniors, So when they see a young young person involved, they are talking and shocked and want to join the club, seeing that we have more young people on board and so forth. So really, Soroptimists is adults, young adults. Yes.
All
All
age. But
Yes.
it's right, we do desperately need some younger
young
women to
people.
carry on the work that we're doing.
Yeah.
So, but again, so internationally, at international level, the International Board have just set up a youth forum
Okay.
to find out exactly what young people want. And I know certainly they're very passionate about the environment. So we're doing a lot more projects on climate action because obviously that's a very real issue now.
Yeah.
So we are trying to engage more with young people because they're the future.
Are you aware of any groups that have like how you focus on the women, what about the young man? Are you aware there's no brother group in the Soroptimists? It's just a women thing.
I firmly believe there are some older, long-standing Soroptimists. If I talk about engaging with men and boys, they say, oh, but we're for women and girls. But my view very much is if we don't engage with young men, how are we going to change and make lives better for women and girls? So I very
Absolutely.
much believe we should be engaging with young men.
Absolutely. You know, because even right now in Turks and Caicos, I mean, of course, we all going through issues, but a lot of the issues appear to be happening among, a lot of the negative issues appear to be happening among the young man. I mean, but you're doing your part though, with the young girls. I think that's good. Maybe some of us need to form our group and mentor some young man. So I really appreciate the efforts that you are doing. And you said it's been some 1920.
1921. So, and the first challenge that the women in Oakland, California faced were the giant redwood trees. They were about to all be cut down. So they lobbied government to save the trees. So when we celebrated our centenary in 2021, as I became president, it seemed appropriate that we had a tree planting project. So for a year, members across the Federation, across all 18 countries, planted trees, and by the end of March 2022, we'd actually planted 125,290 trees.
Oh wow, that's great.
Including 33,000 mangrove saplings in the Delta region.
Did we do any?
Of course, we did, as I Provo did, we did.
Oh, okay. So people watching the show, I mean, how does one become a member of the Soroptimists?
Okay, to become a member of the Soroptimists, you have to attend 3 consecutive meetings, okay? And our meetings are hosts every month, the first Thursday of every month. So once you attend the 3 consecutive meetings, you're in, you become a member.
So there's an application form, I mean.
Okay, yes, you would have, after the 3 meetings, then you have a form where you have to fill out, like a membership form.
Okay.
Yes.
And you say right now it's like 33 members in Provo.
Yes, we have 33 members, a part of Soroptimist Providencialis at the moment.
Ms. Dean, how many in Grand Turk? Do you know how many members in Grand Turk?
I'm not quite sure
Oh.
what their membership is now, because Grand Turk is, as a consular, checking over Grand Turk membership is just like St. Caicos, it comprises of basically seniors. So, their membership is
Behind. Okay. So we gotta work on that too.
Yes.
We have 19 at the moment,
Okay.
and we've lost several of
I mean, that's not,
our elder members. And like I said, recruitment has been a
Yeah.
challenge for us. We have, that's the membership we have.
I mean, that's not bad compared to the 33 I think in Provo. That's not bad at all, you know.
No,
I
the
think you
idea
need the
of
membership.
the idea of attending the meetings is the person gets to know other members, you get to know them and find out if it's actually for them and they understand the structure and what it's all about, and then they just become a member and do great things.
But hopefully after the show we get more members, because I think we need to do recruitment. We need more help in this country.
Yes.
We're losing our young people. And if we could get the Soroptimists involved, I think we could save a lot of our young people.
I would say for SI Provo, since we get this young president here, a lot of young interest is coming into the club.
Oh, okay.
We really, and
That's
so,
good.
for me, as a counselor, I could see the organization moving on,
Yeah.
because when you have young people, you know that the future is,
Yeah.
lies ahead in
Yeah.
these young people. So I am elated when I go to meetings and I see, another face, and it's not another face like me, another younger face.
You look young though.
Yeah, younger, I am just really
That's very
wanted to
good.
see that.
Very good.
And you see, Drex, the community wants to see us doing things, okay?
Yeah.
Once people are now knowing more and more about Soroptimist, because our initiatives are out there, our projects are out there. So a lot of persons are now asking questions, who are the Soroptimists, all of a sudden. So we have to be active out there in the community.
Absolutely.
So people can see exactly what we're doing.
Yes.
Okay, by doing that, they'll want to be a part of our club.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
But I want to encourage you. Go ahead.
Mr. Sima, by way of information, just that our young people here may know our neighboring clubs, like countries like Trinidad, who have maybe about 7 or 8 clubs. Jamaica, 5 clubs.
Oh.
And they are now starting clubs with the younger people.
Oh, they are?
Some of the
Okay.
newer clubs
Uh-huh.
are with the
Oh, that's
younger
good to know.
person.
That's so we can
So,
do that here.
just to let people know, that's what is happening in the Caribbean. It can also happen here because we have a lot of young
Yes.
people here in Provo
Yeah.
who can contribute and be an asset
That's good.
to the organization.
Well, I want to
But
encourage
also-
you though.
Also, last year, when our sister club St. Peter's was struggling a whole lot, I went with a few persons from Provo Club, and I placed one of our members, Sister Joan,
Mhm.
as a person to help the club, because we are sisters, and so in friendship, she's the go-to person on Provo that if some cases needed assistance with anything, to help, to
Oh,
help.
so you're doing networking
Yes.
among the 3 clubs.
Yeah, because when we went over and assessed the situation over there, we realized that they needed a little boost,
Oh.
and so Sister Joan was placed there. So
Thank you,
that's
Ms.
the
Jones.
change.
Well, one thing I can say, don't be discouraged. Even if you help one person, that can be very impactful. One person could be, because that one person can impact so many other people and so many other lives in the community. What you're doing with the sewing and the programs, the mentoring, I think that's very important. It's a very important thing to do in our communities. A lot of us, we talk a lot. We talk about all the issues. We are not addressing the issues. So I think what you're doing, you're addressing issues through mentoring. And mentoring is very effective. Do you have anything else you want to say about the Soroptimists that we have not covered?
Just to say, we would obviously welcome many more new young women to get involved. And as you said, individually we may not feel we're making a difference, but collectively we do.
Yes.
So, and to feel part of your community is very rewarding. So yes, come along.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Rise up.